So I'm here in Boonoo Boonoo National Park. It's in New South Wales. I did cross the border earlier this morning and now I'm in New South Wales. But I'm actually not far from where I was yesterday. I'm still in the granite belt, so in this national park there'll still be lots of granite boulders. And I believe there's a river with, again, granite riverbanks. I don't really know much about this national park. I was just kind of driving, kind of heading northeast-ish once I got into New South Wales because I knew there was a bunch of national parks up here. And then I saw a sign that said Boonoo Boonoo Waterfall, and it's down about a 10-mile road, so I decided to go check it out. And I got here a couple hours before sunset, so I decided to go shoot it for sunset. Now, I don't know what this waterfall looks like, and I really have no idea where this trek's gonna take me, so I have no clue what I'm gonna shoot tonight, but hopefully I'll find something, so let's go. So a real short walk down the trek, there's the falls lookout. I'm not sure if you can see or not, but the falls kind of cascade down, then through this canyon. This is a pretty nice view here. I won't be able to get a picture of the waterfall just because there's no way to frame it, and there's a bunch of trees and stuff in the way. But maybe these mountains would be a good location for sunset. But the trail did fork off back there just a couple hundred yards, so I'm going to keep exploring the trail and hopefully it goes down to the river. Because there aren't any clouds tonight, so I really don't want to shoot this scene without clouds, because it would just need the clouds to add that little extra element to the image. So I'm hoping to kind of shoot something by the river. So I'll head back to the trail and then keep exploring. So I managed to find this area with some really nice rock pools, as you can see behind me. Because what I'm looking for is I'm looking for an image that I can take during sunset, preferably blue hour, and I can just eliminate the sky. Like, I don't want to have the sky in my image tonight as much as possible, just because, again, there's going to be no clouds, so it's not going to be very exciting. So something like this might work, and then there's a little waterfall right over there that you can kind of see from the other side that looks pretty cool. But I am going to explore up here because the river goes up into these big boulders. So I'm going to explore up there and see if there's anything else that I find that looks interesting. So I did manage to find four really nice waterfalls. Hope you can hear me, they're pretty loud. But yeah, the only problem is it's almost impossible to get a shot because there's only this little ledge down there and it's soaked with water, so it'll be really slippery. But they are pretty spectacular waterfalls. Just how they're flowing over the granite looks really nice. I might be able to get a shot here, but I'm not too sure. I'm just gonna keep going, keep exploring, and then I could come back to this location because the sun's about to go behind the mountains momentarily, and I want to wait for that to happen before I shoot this, just so there's less glare on the waterfalls. So this is about as far as it goes. The rock cliffs give away to a more flatter landscape, and there's not really any waterfalls over there. So I just saw one just right here, which I think I'll be able to kind of climb down and get a composition to shoot it. So I'm gonna go take the picture now because the sun's gone away and the light conditions should be pretty good. So I'm gonna go set up and hopefully get a picture. So I did manage to take a couple pictures at the waterfall back there. I didn't film it because it was just loud and it was in a precarious location, so I couldn't really get the camera there without maybe falling into water, which I didn't want to do. But yeah, I got a couple decent images, nothing too crazy, just simple waterfall images. So now I'm going to kind of work my way back to the first waterfalls I saw and maybe try and shoot those. Alright, so I found this shot here on my way back. We've got the waterfall in the distance and it's kind of framed by these rocks here. And the one rock on the right is catching a little bit of light and it's not too overwhelming, it just seems a little bit perfect. So I'm going to hurry up, set up my tripod, and then get to taking the image before that light goes away. Alright, now I'm going to just keep moving down and see what else I can find. So I had to look at those 4 waterfalls again, and I don't think I'm going to shoot those just because it is way too hard to get a good composition and it's a bit too sketchy. And I just don't think it'd turn out to be a good image. I mean, they're spectacular waterfalls, but I don't think they would photograph well with the position I'd have to get in. So I am going to make my way kind of back to the start of the trail, because this rock... So I am going to make my way back kind of to these rock pool and see if I can walk around and get on the other side and see if there's anything else interesting over there. Alright, so I walked around and I managed to get a view of those 4 waterfalls from this side. Actually only 2 of them, but that's still alright because I have a pretty nice composition. It was a really easy composition. I didn't even really have to think about it. Just kind of set my camera up and it's right there in front of me. And I'll kind of show you. Alright, so what I have for my composition is just the waterfall up here in the top right. Then you have this bank, which has the leading line that leads you right to the waterfall. And then to the left, this cliff face that also kind of leads you in. And I was very careful to make sure I put the point right at the edge there, just so it kind of helps with this leading line to lead the eye through the frame to the 2 waterfalls. So just 1/6 of a second, f8, ISO 100. And now I've switched my camera to the vertical position, because I kind of like this composition vertical as well, so I'm just trying it at different methods. Again, 1/6 of a second, f8, ISO 100, doing a 3 focus stack. I'm not really sure which one I like better, but I like them both. Well, that's all for today's video. I came away with a couple decent images that I'm kind of happy with. Again, nothing too spectacular, but just some nice, simple waterfall images. And it was just really great to get out and explore these rocks and these little crevasses and everything. And yeah, some pretty nice waterfalls in them. So I'm gonna head back to the car and probably just sleep in the car park for tonight. And then tomorrow, I'm not too sure, just explore some more national parks here in New South Wales and keep on the road. Well, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you later.